Welcome back, host. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry, I've been gone. I said I was going to do this I said I was going to do this podcast moment like consistently, but I got really sick. I had a sinus infection, and then I had a stomach bug. Um, like everything just hit me at once. So I'm going to try this again. I'm not going to be gone for 20 days and stuff. My posting schedule is going to be Sundays for vlogging. Well, podcasts for the weekend. So podcasts on Sunday and then vlogging throughout the week, or vice versa. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure out, like I said, I'm trying to get back to the consistency thing and it's not working. But thank you, you're here. Please like and subscribe. And I'm going to set this for 12 minutes to do everything here. Yes. Okay, so a lot has happened since we last talked, and I'm starting to timer now, so I won't be jabbering off. But yeah, so I blew up on TikTok. I had my second or third viral video is from the jet, and it didn't go as well as I planned. That will be another story because, like I said, I got 12 minutes, and yeah, but it's like something, you know how you wanted something, and then once you get it, it's like not what you expect, and it's like, it's too much. Yeah, it was just too much. It was a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, not gonna lie. A lot of anxiety. Um, I had like 150,000 comments in like I think a day or something. And like people get, why are you not responding to this comment? I'm like, I can't because I'm sick and I'm dying and I can't see because like the sinus infection messed up my eyesight. It like I said, it was awful. I don't recommend it to no one. But I'm gonna talk more about the private jet video in my next podcast, I guess. I can't even talk. Um, but yeah. So what I want to follow up today is the whole debacle of like, let me adjust this camera for a second. I don't, this is the Osmo Pocket. It's really good, but when I do it this way, it's like sleeping for some reason. I don't know why. But last time I left the podcast format, I was telling you about a couple of things that happened. So I've been doing acupuncture for a year, and it has like changed my outlook, especially when it comes to Western to Eastern medicine. And um, I mainly just get cupping and then like the pins and needles sticking to me. And what is called is chi. So energy is chi. Everybody has it. Everything is energy. Even like this candle is energy. It was made by a person. It was created by a person. It's energy. Even though it's stagnant, it is energy. Um, so when you do acupuncture, it releases a lot of energy. There's blocked chi, there's expression, things like that. So usually when I'm doing something fantabulous, like flying on a private jet for $150, um, going to influencer events, or being in the right moment at the right time, like having a higher frequency or vibration, bullshit tends to happen. And this is one of the cases that it has happened. I want to tell you about the last vlog too, because bullshit happened there too, and I had a high frequency there. But mainly, I'm going to stick to the story that I had before, because somebody had a wind of it. Somebody heard what happened, and they quickly just blocked me off the face of the earth because she is one that reason why I'm telling this story right now. I'm trying not to be cynical. But yeah, so there's an influencer event, and like I said, like Charlotte is very small, but they don't have a lot of influencer events. Now they do because of the rise of like their TikTok and whatnot. But usually it's just like people are like either like coming to events, whatnot. So they had one at a Porsche dealership. And my instructor, she invited me to this. She was like, I'll mention to her one day, and she invited me, and I was like, okay, wonderful. I said, I have a Porsche. Like, I go to this one location all the time. Let's go for it. Cool. Go to the event, and I'm not going to give you the whole shebang, just a little cliff note version. So there's this girl that was beside me, and she was very nice. She was super sweet in the beginning, very pretty, very Pilates-esque, had the pink. Everybody was like, looks super cute. And she had like this designer bag, and I was like, oh my God, that's super cute and stuff. Like, she was telling me where she got it from. And I was like, okay, nice. Thank you so much. After the event, um, I was introducing, like, I had one of my friends that was there, and I was spending my time talking to her, but I want to mingle with other people because I want to meet other people. So we went off to the side, and like I said, me and the girl that was beside me, we kind of like clicked. She was cool. And I was giving her insight. I'm like, yeah, this person, I know her from influencer space, nah, I don't know about that one, but yeah, she's cool. She's very nice. Get her information. So, so we were talking about how like the girls are trying to manifest a Porsche. And I'm like, yeah, but anybody can get it. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, they depreciate. So fun fact, they do depreciate a lot. From year 2007, 2018 now, probably it's gone up, probably like 18 or 19. They depreciate because the body style does not are the same each year, just about, except for the newer models, of course. But the reason why it depreciates because every year it looks the same. So you can have like a 2015 and like a 2022, and they virtually look the same, just about, except of course the inside will be a little bit different because of the panels or whatnot. So I told her that they depreciate and stuff, and she just told me that she bought a like some of the girls said like, oh, I just bought a new car. I bought like a Mazda. I love a Mazda. Mazda's good. Or I bought a Mitsubishi, and like I paid 25K for it. I'm like, oh, well, you can get a Porsche for like, mine just only had like one person that was the owner. So you can get you like a nice Porsche, like a 2019 or 2020 for like 10 grand. Now, mind you, I'm not a Kelly Blue Book at this point. I don't know how much it is going for now, but during that time when I got mine, it was around like 10 to 15, basically. Now something breaks down, and so yes, the parts are expensive, but it's the I guess you can say the aesthetic wise, you can still get you a Porsche and stuff. Like I said, I make it happen. I'm a hustler. And if you want to know more about cars and whatnot, just comment below. So they asked me, well, what color is it? And I was like, oh, well, mine's is a pearl. And she's like, oh, we don't like that color. It's like a big white refrigerator. I was like, okay, cool. What, I don't know what you want me to say. So I was like, oh, okay, and stuff. And I was like, well, that's an interesting choice of words. And then we have, I've mentioned my son plenty of times. He is a Persian mix. Um, he is at his grandma's house right now, but my son is not with me. That's my cat. So when I refer to my son, Coco, that's my son. That's my baby boy. And I told her, I have a cat too. And so she showed me her cat, and she had a cute cat as well. And she's like, where are you taking it and groom? We went to the same groomer. She's like, oh, well, they're so expensive. And I was like, they're only $80. Now, mind you, I'm like, okay, well, like, I understand, like, it's just like kind of cost effective because like you're trying to stunt and like say that you got expensive bag, you got expensive this and everything, but like you just don't want to pay not even $100 to get your cat groomed or whatever. So it's like, okay, cool. That wasn't a problem for me either. So I was just like, all right, fine. So later that day, we met with like three other girls, and they're very nice, very supportive, very girly. Like I said, I'm a girl's girl. I don't deal with shenanigans. Of course, I'm at 10 minutes, but I'm going to wrap this up because my battery's at 5% too. Long story short, we get to the dinner because everybody decided to meet for a dinner and stuff. And um yeah, so we get to the dinner and she messaged me before on Instagram. It's like, what are you wearing? And I was like, I might do a yellow, but I'm most likely gonna do black and stuff because like it was the summer. I was like, I want to do bright. So I was like, I'm gonna wear black and stuff. She's like, oh, okay, I can do that too. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I said, everything was going fine. We get to dinner and like um I had a lot of stuff going on at that time. I had to do certifications and I had to do a lot of state exams because I had to get certified every year. And my stuff is gonna die, so I'm gonna try to hurry up quick. This is kind of giving me ammunition. And and so we're talking to like one of the girls. She's newly engaged, and she's like, "Oh, my man is older." And mind you, we already had drinks, everything. We've taken pictures at this point, so everybody was fine. And we got to the topic when it comes to age. And I was like, oh, what's the age difference between you and your relationships? Because mind you, I have an age gap relationship too. And she's like, oh, well, he's 30 something and I'm like early 20s. I said, oh, okay. I always think he was older because, like I said, every person that I've seen at the dealership, they were a little bit older. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good. Listen, all kudos to you. That's wonderful. And so Miss Thing over here was like, oh, well, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, I don't like discuss my age or whatever, but like, I'm like 30 something. And mind you, I told her a fake age. I didn't actually tell her my real age. I told her a fake age. I was like, oh, I'm like XY. And it was my real age. She was like, oh, you actually look your age. And she said that I looked older. I said, huh? I said, I've never gotten that before in my life. Never, never, ever, 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 ever. And I'm like, where did this come from, ma'am? Like, what? I'm going to have to pause this. All right. So I'm back now. And so sorry about that. Um, that lighting's actually much, much better here. So I'm going to finish up here while I was charging. Where was I? Oh, yes. Before my camera almost died, she was like, oh, you actually look, I'm going to say like, because I told her like late 30s, I think. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember the specific number, but I just gave her the wrong number. She's like, oh, you actually do. And mind you, I've never heard of this in my life. I've always heard young. I've never heard of like, oh, you look ancient. You look 56. I'm like, what? And and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, wow. I was like, I've never heard of this because, like I said, usually I've had like 20-year-olds, like early 20-year-olds, college, like ask me out, and I'm like, no, young man, like go home. Like no, sir. Like I prefer older. Like I said, I've never heard of such shenanigans and stuff. And I looked at her, and everybody at the table was like, gasp. Like, and I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, mind you, during the whole time at the table, I was getting bombarded with questions. As you know, I do solo traveling. Check out my latest video. And she asked me how many countries have I been, and I was like, oh, I've only been to 4. I've been to Dubai, Switzerland, Mexico, most of the time where I do go. And she was like, oh, you only been to 4? I've been to 27. God, speed ahead. I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, okay, well, that's wonderful. That's great. Like you've been to, that's a blessing. I haven't been to 27 places or countries, and I'm just like, okay, so what does this have to do with anything? So here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Um, After that, I was like, oh, you've been kind of like judgy the whole day since I met you. And she's like 27, 26. And I showed her a picture when I was her age and when I was modeling. And she's like, oh, well, yeah, you do look the same, but you had more baby fat on you, on your face. Okay, so I'm like, I can't like win. I was like, hey, I said, I'm going through a lot. Like, I'm stressing out. I've like it's my career. It's like a lot of stuff is going on. So I'm trying to give grace. I'm like, maybe I am a little bit sensitive and stuff. And she was like, well, we're Aries, so you gotta toughen up. You gotta take blood. I'm like, no. Like, there's go my timer or whatnot. Ah! Sorry, I need to like hurry up because like I am running out of time. I'm trying to meet the margins because some reason like everybody stops watching my videos at 5 minutes. It's getting better. So here's the kicker. This is the problem where it comes from. She tells me, I was like, I brought it up to her attention, like, yeah, you kind of like been like not harassing, kind of like, oh, nudging me, like little tongue in cheek action or whatnot. I was like, yeah, I was like, it's kind of like cool. I said, and the girls was like, what are you talking about? What's she done? I said, she was talking about my car. She was talking about X, Y, and Z. And then I said, oh, you mentioned about my cat too. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your fucking cat is too big to be in a fucking go yard bag. That's what she stated to me. And so after that, I backed up from the table and I said, excuse me, ladies, I've got to go. Because I didn't want to do fisticuffs. You talked about my son and how big he was. And he's not big, he's fluffy. And he couldn't fit in a designer bag. But he has two designer bags. So what's the problem? I just couldn't understand. And then like I felt the whole time like I had my car was getting service and she just kept asking to see it. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then I'm like, maybe she was trying to put bad juju. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just chilling. So I get up from the table and I asked the waitress, I said, ma'am, give me my check. It's time for me to bounce. And she's like, okay, bet. Go off with a check. And I have security work with there too. So I know security. I said, yeah, can you walk me out and like walk me like out and stuff and let me go outside? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I get back to the table and I'm like, bye, ladies. It's nice meeting you all and stuff. And then she was like, oh, let me get your number. I was like, yeah, just message me. You can just message me. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. This is crazy. Moral of the story is when you get your chi fix and God is like, sorry, my phone died again. But as I was saying, once God levels you up and puts you in a better place for yourself and for your others and family, like things like this happen. People will come up to you. People will try you. People will test you. And it's just showing God's favor on you. Wow, I kind of ended that on a really, really good note. I know I went past my 12-minute mark and I had some technical difficulty, so technical issues with my camera because I didn't charge it properly. But yeah, I've calmed down and like I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. Most likely I am because I have taken my sweet time to like do this. But yeah, just let me know if you have any, if you want to hear more story times. Like, I'm just saying, like, because I'm not like super bothered by it and stuff because I know these things are not true, but it is really funny and really comedic. And these stories happen to me all the time. Like, I have another story from when I went to Dallas. I was dealing with the same issue, I was dealing with the same comeuppance. So, yeah, just get my retention up, you know. Um, I'm about to, I know I'm about to leave. Um, Comment on what you want to see next for my podcast format. Like I said, I like doing these. I like talking to people, and I get really excited about these because it's like I said, you ain't gonna talk about my son, but I can. um, and I want to do more of these because, like I said, it's less effort and it's more fun, and like I can get the dress down. I don't have to like zhuzh up and like dress up all the time like I do in like my videos and stuff. And but yeah, I got my other vlog coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. It's coming up this Wednesday, and then I bid adieu. Bye, guys.